Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here with a UU showcase of Specs Necrozma. I love this Pokemon and I'm pretty excited to be using it. Shout out to my boy PokeTCG Gamer. We have two Specs Necrozma teams. We have this one with pokeaimMD Cobalion and Cursed Snorlax, and then we have one with Gliscor and Celebi. So let's just go ahead and look for some battles, hoping to put in a little bit of work with this Pokemon. Also, the guy who's been making these backgrounds, he just been emailing them to me. He didn't have a link or a Twitter or anything before, but I convinced him to make a DeviantArt, so I'll have that link down below in the description if you guys want to check that out. So unfortunately, well, he has answers for this Pokemon, but not the best answers. Like, Necrozma puts in so much work, especially if I get rid of Muk, and Cobalion kind of just wins. It really does. Also, Snorlax just wins. He doesn't appreciate this at all. So his Muk can Pursuit Trap my Lottie as well as my Necrozma. Don't know if I want to let him do that early on. I feel like Rotom would be his lead of choice, and I think I want to get an early strong hit off in it. Basically, Rotom matched up well versus the majority of my team. Could burn Cobalion, could burn Scizor. Same thing with Snorlax, and I'm assuming he's just going to go for Will-O-Wisp here. So I've been watching you for years, and this is my first time at battle. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Have fun. So, if I weaken Rotom, Aerodactyl is annoying to him, and again, SC Scizor is really nice as well with these two Pokemon gone. So, I'm going for an endgame with either Scizor, Cobalion, or Necrozma because they have the best endgame, and we can just go right for the Facade. He's smart not to burn me immediately. Very smart not to burn me. Though I could have cursed up immediately as well. But very, very, very smart not to burn me right there. I'm assuming he's just going to go Cobalion here. He could also go Gliscor. That's not an issue. I do reveal Facade so early. I don't want to reveal it, but I don't really have a choice because I went for it. So I definitely want Rocks up. I feel like Rocks are going to be the difference between me winning with either Scizor or anything like that or losing. This should be his Rocker, but it could also be Cobalion. We'll go Scizor because Scizor's fizzed up, so it won't take much from Earthquake anyway. And it looks like he Stealth Rocks, so this gives me the opportunity to U-turn. I was about to click Mega. Like, I'm so used to using Mega Scizor that I was actually aiming my mouse down here. But Taunt, I'm assuming Taunt, Earthquake, U-turn, maybe Roost, U-turn, Earthquake. I don't know. Either way, I'm just going to U-turn here. I didn't want to switch in anything in particular on that, and this gives me the opportunity to get in my Aerodactyl. I do threaten him with Ice Fang, though he should always switch out into Rotom. I think he should always switch out into Rotom. I want a Stone Edge right here. I know I'm playing a couple turns ahead, but I'm trying to think about the end game. Either way, I get off damage on Gliscor, and I don't think Rotom should be the play because Rotom is so useful versus me, but I am going to Mega Evolve and just click Stone Edge. He actually goes Blastoise, so this works too as long as we do connect. As we do manage to connect, and I get a nasty, nasty crit. That crit is terrible because that means this Mega Blastoise is essentially dead. Very smart to double out to Rotom there because Aerial Ace or Earthquake were my best plays. And I think what I want to do is get rid of the Assault Vest on that Muk and Trick. I don't mind getting Pursuit Trapped. So what I'll do is, if he does go Muk, which he should go, or Sylveon, I'll trick them a Choice Scarf. If Muk has it, then it can't switch into Necrozma. That much easier. So you can go ahead and appreciate that. If he wants to Pursuit, that's fine. And I can just drop a Draco. I was going to defog, but obviously I can't. So now Muk dies to Earth Power, for sure. I also get to bring in my Cobalion right here. And I'm actually going to get up Rocks instead of SDing, mainly because he doesn't have, like, he could be defogging Gliscor, I guess, but he's not. There's no way. But basically, Blastoise can't come in anymore on me. And we'll risk my Scizor right here. If he does have Taunt, he has Taunt, but I take the Earthquake anyway, and there it is, U-turn. Yep, I figured he didn't have that Taunt. So Blastoise dies to Bullet Punch if it comes in. Cobalion comes out, and the all-out pummeling is extremely obvious. Does that kill Scizor at 61, though? Custom set. Because Cobalion rather weak. Let me see this. 51 and 66. That's a nasty roll. I don't like that. We'll go Necrozma here. We threaten him with the Earth Power. The issue is, like, he has so many switch-ins to this thing, and I don't switch in the best of this, but I can Heat Wave and hit all of them, at least for damage. And Muk will be 2 KO by Specs Heat Wave, so just goes right for Close Comment, which is fine. We could just throw off the Specs Heat Wave right here, and that'll KO the Blastoise sack. Earth Power is also a play I can make. I just really want to get rid of Mug. I love this Pokemon that got so many moves this generation, by the way. Again, SD Scizor is probably my way of winning this game, or SD Cobalion. Assuming that he goes to either one of those. Is it better to get an Arrow now as opposed to having this Pokemon in? Oh, it's Heat Wave. Yeah, he goes Gliscor. Wow, that would have been nice to really just get rid of. But, ooh, Specs Heat Wave does some beautiful damage. That's beautiful. I think he's going to be faster than me because if he took that much, he's definitely running a speedy Gliscor. But Sax Blastoise right here, nice. And we got off damage on Gliscor or Gliscor, whatever, for SD Scizor. So now it dies to that. Rotom can come out. Mug comes out. It's definitely going to pursue me, so I'm just going to stay in and go right for the Specs Heat Wave. I don't think it's going to knock him out at 38, but as long as this Pokemon does enough. Oh, it actually knocks him out. Not bad, Necrozma. That is what I like to see. Pokemon just falling. Just fall over. Just fall, all of you. Oh, Rotom? Rotom? Hold up, I want a little bit of damage on you, boy. Let me get some damage on this thing. Come on, man. Even 13% damage on a Rotom would be fire. Anyway. That does way more than 13. I could have got 50% off on this Rotom. Rotom dies to all-out pummeling. Oh, we're doing this, huh? I think I gotta go Arrow. Taunt to stop the potential Rock Polish, because that's something I'm fearing. Yep. And just Earthquake here for Chip, because it's gonna come down to a speed tie between Cobalion. Like, whoever wins the speed tie legitimately wins the game. I already see how it happens. Like, they legitimately win the game. And I have to stay in here because I cannot let you, I can't let you Volt Switch out on anything. So I'd rather get off damage for my Cobalion anyway, as he Volt Switch and knock me out. And it's legitimately going to come down to the speed tie. Yep. Unless I do something with Curse. Maybe I could do something with Curse this. No, I don't see a way that doesn't come down to a speed tie. I'm going to Curse right now. Because even if Rock Polish is up. Yeah. And he actually opts to go for the Roost. So I think that SD Scizor wins now. That he's actually roosted. As opposed to going for anything else. Unfortunately, crits me right there. Which may be the difference between me actually knocking him out and not knocking him out. Just going to recycle. It's okay if you Pain Split. I want to get my... Double Berry twice. Yep. Ah, nice. So if he burns me, Facade knocks him out, and Facade 2 KOs Cobalion, and Facade doesn't... He also doesn't knock me out with, I don't believe you knocked me out. I already have my Figgy Berry, and it's going to activate no matter what. Let me Curse up again. Hey, let me get my Berry. Let me go ahead and get this +3. Your Cobalion is not knocking me out. Your Cobalion is not knocking me out. Though he was smart to go for the, he was smart right there to go for the Curse itself. But, ooh, I get a Fire Punch crit on Cobalion. How much, that should have mattered, but what I think I won either way, didn't I? Did that matter? It's Cobalion, like, then it's +3 Fire Punch. It did matter. Though he would have been in range of Bullet Punch. Slash, the speed tie still would have... I would have never sacked Snorlax. Ever. Ever. Because Snorlax just won. I went for the Fire Punch first because I needed the damage to at least ensure that he was in range of Bullet Punch. Good game. Which is decent. Let me see. Scizor. Yeah, Bullet Punch does 10 to 12. That should have been maybe a roll. Who knows? But let's go ahead and show off the second team, which has Gliscor and Celebi. Cool, so Snorlax put in some work, but Necrozma definitely put in a little bit of work right there. Actually, if Rotom went down, I would have been able to knock it out with Facade anyway. Like, if I hit 2 Heat Waves, but I'm actually really surprised that it knocked out Muck at 38%. That's really strong. That's not a stab move at all. Like, that's by no means stab. Obviously, it's boosted by choice specs, but this Pokemon is really fun. And in that case, like, my opponent had a Pursuit Trapper and, you know, immunities and stuff. Cobalion probably the biggest threat to that team, though. I want to import this one too, but it shouldn't make a difference. Were there tier shifts? Oh, there's some tier shifts. Oh, I can't wait to make a video on that. I'll probably make a video on that right after this. Was there actually just tier shifts today? Because I would love to. Smogon is down for maintenance. Do you guys see this? Okay, I'm on a different thing, but I'll show you real quick. Okay, this is fire. This art is fire. I want to say this art is fire. But apparently there were some tier shifts. So my opponent, no psychic immunity. That's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I need a lead that doesn't lose to Mammal Swine. But I'm also want a lead that doesn't lose to Manectric. So Necrozma is really good because whenever it comes in, I mean, he obviously has this resistance, but no immunities, which is amazing because he has these two resistances. They're actually both paired right next to each other. Because it's really just tough for him to switch into this. Aerodactyl can win in the late game. I think the only lead that Scizor loses to is Manectric. And knowing that I actually do want to lead Scizor because versus these two, it gives me exactly a better switching. So I don't mind losing my Scizor right here. Or I don't mind weakening the Mammal Swine, which threatens this entire, like, this row and this right here. Not really diagonally, but like all this. All of it is threatened by that. But I think the game plan is getting Necrozma as many times as possible with U-turn, Volt Switch, and whatnot. I don't Volt Switch, but U-turn. And with rocks, plus me just clicking Specs Vote on Geyser. Scizor is also another Pokemon that just wins in the late game as well. Like, Manectric is his only switch, and if he goes out to it, yeah, he does have the potential to Healing Wish later. But I'm thinking Mienshao is Scarf, which means that Lottie's probably Calm Mind Z. That's something to keep in mind. But SD Scizor is just something that puts in so much work versus him, and I think it's just free bullet punches. If he goes out to his own Scizor, so be it. But I can U-turn out with my Scizor, and I can go Gliscor. So I can already have my Poison Heal activated so I can come in later on the Manectric and whatnot. But goes for Endeavor, which is fine. I'll just Roost here. If he gets a Brox, I can defog it later, yeah. And if he goes Scizor, so I guess he expected me to be banded. That's a fair play. He acknowledges how much of a threat this thing is. But we get a nice and slow U-turn. And you know what? I want to make sure that's always a slow U-turn. I want to make sure that is always a slow U-turn. So let's make this 30. Let's make both Scizors 30 speed IVs. That way we always get that slow U-turn off. Because he probably didn't have any speed anyway, but just in case it would have been, you know, nice to ensure something. Alright, we'll go Gliscor now just to activate my Toxic Orb. I know for a fact I take the Ice Shard for days, but yeah, it's worth it. I'll eat the Ice Shard anyway. And I don't want him Earthquaking / Endeavoring on my Scizor switch, which is so obvious. Yeah, exactly. That's so obvious. So I didn't want him getting up rocks. I didn't want him Endeavoring. Didn't want him Ice Sharding. This is going to come out and click Moonblast. Thankfully, I am Spadef on my Celebi. And that means my opponent will not have any rocks this game. Okay, that's barely like Spadef. But I can Roost off the damage as he actually goes Lottie. Surprisingly, because I have my own Lottie to trick you. I'm going to get on my Stop Block here. I think it's safe. And I want to say it's safe because, one, I'm keeping Celebi alive, for sure. Two, a Devastating Draco is probably coming out, but I can go Lottie and trick him after. Aerodactyl is easily the most expendable member on my team. Though it does outspeed his entire team and gives me an answer for Manectric. Maybe, let me think about that, because then I'm going to have to use Celebi plus Gliscor to beat Manectric. Okay, Celebi actually does beat Manectric though. I'll go Aerodactyl just in case he Calm Minds up again. But though I knew the Z was probably the biggest thing that was coming out, or the biggest chance of coming out. But now we can go out to Lottie and we can just drop a Draco. Obviously I can't trick him because he was a Z. But I can drop a Draco on him. Lottie will obviously take it. It's Lottie. And in fact, he should either go out to Scizor or Primarina. But the important part is we forced out the Lottie. And if he does go out to Primarina, great, I keep my Lottie as well. But he lets it take it, so he's going to drop a Draco on me, knock me out. Completely fine with that, completely fine with that, as I can just go out to Scizor. Just bullet punch here. Knock out the Lottie. Nice, so big threat gone, and the biggest thing to take advantage of Celebi. So Manectric comes out. Now this is, I said big threat gone, but this is the real threat. We'll go into Necrozma because if my opponent opts to go for HP Ice, I'll just actually Volt Switches and gets a crit, unfortunately. And that crit means that Mienshao actually knocks me out. If you didn't get that crit, I'm pretty sure Mienshao didn't knock me out, and I would have gotten a kill right now with Heat Wave because I would have been able to predict the Scissor. I would have predicted the Scissor coming in. That crit sucked. But the Stealth Rock are going to be chipping away. I guess you could have Defog on Scissor. That's definitely likely. Ideally, you go Scissor right now and shows leftovers. Sucks he crit me though. So we'll have to go Gliscor. I don't want to take a knockoff. Yeah. I think that was the biggest thing that can knock me out right there. And I'm actually going to double here, expecting him to go, not maybe Scizor, but yeah. I want to bring in this Mon. Show me leftovers. Crap, he's banded. That's fine. I'm going to Heat Wave. Nice! Nice! Necrozma put it into the word right there. Yo, why is Heat Wave actually killing these kills? I mean, obviously on Scizor, but nice. I figured U-turn would come out. He might be an Iron Plate set or anything like that. I guess he could have been banded. I didn't really check the damage on Scizor, but my own SD Scizor can win as long as Manectric is chipped away at. Like, Manectric barely needs damage on it for me to beat it. And he's forced to go. If he goes Manectric, he's kind of forced to... I don't think he'd HP Ice. This is my high jump kick switching. I'm risking it, because I don't think you HP Ice here. Yeah, you Volt Switch for sure. I live in HP Ice from full. Right Gliscor? Right Gliscor? What? Okay, so that's really bad. That's actually very bad. But yeah, Manectric has the Volt Switch here anyway, and I get damage off on Mienshao. That just sucks. I don't like that I didn't live that HP Ice. I guess I'm so used to certain variants of that Pokemon. So that was my bad. I should just sack Necrozma and then brought it. I can't even bring in anything. I brought in Celebi, I guess, after. I mean, I just keep clicking Giga Drain here. Then I Bullet Punch Sweep through you. Because Mienshao goes down and Primarina's 2-hit KO'd. Or, in fact, I don't even need to Bullet Punch Sweep through you. Because, one, this kills you. For sure. And I think Celebi just wins. Depending on what play he makes. No, it doesn't matter what play he makes. Like, I always go Scizor here.
The prince on the beat.
Yep. And I do not think that my Celebi will be 2-hit KO'd, as I am Spadef Celebi. Beautiful. We'll just recover once. He wants the Volt Switch, that's fine. And now we should be gaining enough to the fact that I just knock him out with Bullet Punch if this doesn't knock him out. So, nice. He had to Volt Switch there, but now Bullet Punch knocks him out for sure. Or Celebi just wins the game anyway. Beautiful. Okay, so it didn't go exactly how I wanted because I'm so used to Spadef Gliscor, but I should have noticed when I saw 186 Spadef that this was indeed not Spadef Gliscor at all. It was more offensive variant, which I'm not used to using, but my opponent should know that Scizor does win the game anyway at the end, so that's a good game. Nice. And Necrozma got rid of Scizor, so that was a big threat that Necrozma was able to get rid of, so I'm happy about that. I'm still not able to, I still haven't found a game where I can just spam Phantom Force. What? Photon Geyser. What Pokemon did I think I was? I'm not a Gourgeist or anything, but still putting in some work, which I can definitely respect of this Pokemon. All right, so this game, great. This might be a game where I can spam Photon Force, but shut up. I really like Aerodactyl as a lead versus Beedrill and versus Darmanitan. It's probably the safest thing I have. And Darmanitan, if I want to lead Scizor, but leads Gliscor, which isn't the problem. I'm just going to Mega Evolve an Ice Fang. Endgame, looking like Scizor can win considering he has these two and this. Rocks up, Snorlax is also stupid versus him. But we'll Ice Fang you. As we do actually connect an Ice Fang. Whoa, where are we? Whoa. Okay. I might as well Stone Edge. Where's your switching? You don't have a Rock Resist? I'm going to miss this next one, but... No, I'm not going to miss the next one. I have full... Oh, God, I'm not going to miss it. I had full faith. So he gives me Darmanitan, and Gliscor is low. My Scizor is looking so stupid versus him right now. And by stupid, I mean incredibly good. Incredibly good. I will make the safe. I guess you could Superpower here, but I think Bullet Punch after I put so much work in versus you, yes. And we shall get up our rocks. It doesn't matter if you go Gliscor. Stealth Rock, again. When Stealth Rock is used as a move, on Gliscor, you already should assume, okay, it has to have Earthquake, right? And maybe Knock, maybe U-Turn. U-Turn is the first thing I assume when I think Stealth Rock, because I think it's the best thing to give you some momentum versus anything else. Oh, you know, that's funny because, oh, that's definitely a banded variant, but we'll go Scissor right now on the Bullet Punch. Mash out U-Turn. U-Turn is relatively safe. Deals with whatever switching he wants to bring in. This can eat a hit. So that's SD Scissor for sure. I don't think you can beat this unless you have Taunt. So I'm actually just going to start going for Curse. Knockoff would obviously be annoying, but only I'm thinking Beedrill has it. This could have it too. I didn't want to go Aerodactyl to actually knock him out because, again, I could legitimately just start cursing up versus this dude. And I want 2 boosts to ensure that I take a superpower from Scizor. So I'm boosted. Could be all-out pummeling Scizor, I suppose. But I want to ensure I take these. Superior. My child. You gotta eat these fire punches. Oh, dude, what? I'm definitely going to attack you right here, my friend. And now that you've subbed, one, not only do you activate my berry, but this is +2 Snorlax. There's no way you eat this. And your Life Orb too? No wonder you did so much. Get out of there. So we're going to be able to knock that out. I'm not able to use Necrozma in this game, it looks like. Especially because Scizor is so, like I said, it's so good versus him right now. Yep, go ahead and superpower me. Doesn't crit me either. Nice, 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 nice. Go ahead and give me that Scizor. I could still lose, I guess, to Reuniclus, but I feel like Scizor just cleans. Let me get my berry back. Might as well. Why not? Let me get greedy on him. I don't know, like, I feel like this could have been played differently, for example. And I think that's something I'm going to do, by the way. Let me know your thoughts on that. But what I'll start doing is I'll start, like, after I beat a person or after a game is ended, I'll upload the replay and I'll do, like, a little post-game breakdown of the game itself. And I'll explain how I feel like certain turns could have been done differently, how my opponent may or may not have had the tools to actually beat me, and how I feel different moves should have been made. In my opinion, anyway. I'm getting greedy. Okay. So, I don't think you can actually touch me. If he goes for knockoff from... Okay, nice, you activated my berry. If he goes for knockoff from Beedrill, if you guys didn't know, recycle doesn't work when you knock off an item, even if you've already recycled it before. I just want to win the game with Necrozma. But I might be able to, because it's... Yeah, I'll go into it at some point. Let me just start getting off some damage, because I could just Spec Signal Beam the Reuniclus. There's no way I lose to it. And SD Scizor wins me the game anyway, so... Let me curse up just in case he wants to protect. Curse up again. I'm getting really greedy on this dude. But look at Snorlax, man. Snorlax just doesn't care. This Pokemon's amazing. And I'm hard switching into Necrozma, by the way. If he goes Reuniclus. Oh wait, what? I'm going hard Necrozma. Forget this. I can win with Bullet Punch anyway. Energy Ball. Oh, that's Life Orb. Oh, that's just this guy might just be Assault Vest. Like I actually feel like he might be Assault. That's definitely Assault Vest for sure. Energy Ball, Psychic. I do not care. I really don't. Beedrill dies to Bullet Punch anyway. Aerodactyl outspeeds. I think he's Assault Vest, like, Regenerator, which I'm not a big fan of. I'm definitely not the biggest fan of. But we can just sack Cobalion here. I could have also just went Aerodactyl, but, I mean, Cobalion doesn't give him a setup anyway. There was no way I lost this game. Okay, that was maybe one way I lost this game, but there... If I played it poorly, that might have been one way I lost this game, but I don't think there was any way I lost this game because Scizor would clean anyway. And so I just put in some work, man. That's funny because like the first time I've ever shown off a Curslax, like in UU, I always thought it was just a giant threat, but every single time I used it, the team composition just wasn't. I wasn't winning with it, you know. That Pokemon wasn't necessarily putting in work whenever I used it, but now that I'm showcasing Necrozma. I'm gonna try and get Necrozma in Necrozma. By the way, best way to say that Pokemon's name. That's like easily the best way. I'm gonna try and get it in a little bit more, so it can at least go for 1 or 2 moves. But like every single game it's had, its role has been like, oh god, what is this? its role has been, like, you can't compare it to something else. For example, like, if I didn't get rid of Muck, my Celebi would have been a pain, or Celebi wouldn't have been able to do some work. SD Gliscor is really good versus my opponent. SD Scizor is really good versus my opponent, and Blastoise is really good versus me, therefore I'm going to lead off with Celebi. Yeah, leads Gliscor, that's fine. We'll get up some rocks. I'm assuming this might be the U-turn. No, actually, I don't think this will be the U-turn variant. I think this will be SD Facade. SD Knock is also a very likely one, but I don't think it will be U-turn because Registeel typically has one role on teams, which is Stealth Rock. There is the... Okay. Sure. Well, you're going to do less now. I'm going to get up my rocks. Unfortunately, I'm used to this Celebi set with 236 special attack, which means 0 investment, which means that in order to guarantee KO a Scizor, you're crazy, by the way, for going out to this Pokemon. In order to guarantee KO a Scizor, you need like 2 Stealth Rock switches. That's the guaranteed. I'm plus 88 defense. I should have put in this team too. I should have put in both teams. Whatever. Yeah, 12 sets, that's sure. Do I live Sharpedo? Sharpedo. Oh, God. 94 to 111. I don't think you crunch in regular form. I think you have to protect. She actually has Fang. What? The move that. Oh, it's Life Orb Sharpedo. It's not Mega? Oh, it's Mega Blastoise. Duh. That's really cool, though. I mean, he's dead, but that's really, really cool. I would have knocked that out guaranteed with Giga Drain, but he gives me Sharpedo. Something that's the one. That's his Dark type. 2, I'm gonna go out to Necrozma now because this invites in one of his 2 steals. Ideally, it'd be Scizor, so I get rid of it, which means that my SD Scizor wins. But looks like for him, it invited in his Blastoise. I'm just gonna Specs Fold on Geyser for it to a KO. Beautiful damage, God. Alright, well, my opponent unfortunately crits me there, which is extremely bad. However, because Necrozma outsped, we know that Gliscor will outspeed. I'll be able to safely Earthquake him, and the reason I made this play is because if it's SD Scizor, I'm in trouble now that I've lost my Heat Waver. Granted, Celebi lives the hit, and Celebi is at full, but again, I need a little bit of chip damage off on him. Superior. I don't think Superior would be Z. So I'm actually going to trick this thing right now. Give it a Choice Scarf, which lacks Innocence. What a scary item. We'll go Celebi now because I'll eat this hit up. I think that lets him avoid hits. Yeah, I know he's gonna play around with crits here, so I want to actually stall him out a little bit before I end up switching. I'm gonna Giga Drain here first. Oh, and this is perfect. I know HP Fire would have been a little bit better in that situation, but that should be the damage that I need to knock out Scizor with the next HP Fire. And either way, my SD Gliscor wins. Excuse me. Well, SD Gliscor, yes, and also my SD. Yep. I don't think that crit mattered. Because I know the Stealth Rock plus the Giga Drain damage. SD Scizor wins. Aerodactyl also wins. Because I can just Mega Evolve here. And I'm actually just going to click Earthquake. I don't care. I was trying to predict Registeel for no reason. But Celebi doesn't die to anything. Like, okay, fine. You can give me this thing if you want. I get another crit. A 4 times effective crit, too. Dude, did you guys see how much that Pokemon ended up doing, though? Good lord. Alright, we're going to go Lottie. Sack it to the Leaf Storm. Be able to bring out Scizor. U-turn out, which we will be able to take a Leaf Storm for sure. U-turn is guaranteed my best play. Lottie sacking was the best play as well. But we guarantee take this. We don't knock him out, but that shouldn't matter in the long run of things. I can just go Celebi here. And just Giga Drain. As long as Scizor is out of range of rocks, which I'm pretty sure I am. I think I'm at 24 if I'm not mistaken. We beat Registeel anyway, and we're not losing to a Registeel when we have an SD Gliscor. So I can go directly into Gliscor. Yeah, it's rocks, which means that it's more than likely Seismic Toss Toxic. So you can do what you want to me. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, it has Iron Head. Okay, nice little Iron Head right there. I'm not a big fan of Registeel and UU. I feel like Cobalion and Scizor and Gliscor, like those big main things, all deal with it really well. I had a lot of fun using Necrozma in this though. Granted, it wasn't like sweeping any teams, right? But it did what it had to do. Getting rid of Blastoise was so huge for Scizor. Like, but Scizor could potentially win in this late game. And the last one, getting rid of Muck, meant that Celebi could beat him. Good game, dude. I don't like the new Earthquake animation. Fix it. I don't want to say a title with that, but I mean, like, everybody's complaining about it. I'm not a big fan of it. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed this Necrozma showcase. Boy, put in some work. And I will see you guys next time, so feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Goodbye, my friends. Necrozma.